collection is about more than sharing your survey. After you've been sharing your survey, there's still some important tasks to be carried out, just to ensure that your data is accurate and reliable, and also to ensure a high response rate. I will walk you through the key steps during data collection, including enacting on your survey schedule, monitoring your response rates, being responsive to feedback, check your data quality, and start building your own reports. If you've sent out surveys via email, you should also send out reminders during the data collection process in order to achieve a high response rate. With Enalyzer, you can send out reminders manually, or you can use the scheduling option. This way, reminders are sent out automatically after a specified number of days. This is especially useful if you are using ongoing surveys. Once you've shared the survey, it's always important to remember to close it after a certain amount of time. Once you've created your report and are ready to share your results and your analysis, it can be very inconvenient if you have new responses coming in that mess up your data. In Enalyzer, you can either choose to close your survey manually, schedule a moment for the future, or you can set a limited response time. This last option is meant for ongoing surveys, so you can make sure that all respondents, for example, only have 3 weeks to reply. After that, the link will be disabled. Monitoring response rates is one of the most crucial tasks during the data collection process because it directly influences the reliability of your results. So, here's my first tip. If you have shared your survey via email, you can filter your responses by invitation status, preferably the day after. You can check for bounced or fulfilled emails, which allows you to then maybe resend some surveys, delete respondents, or you can maybe update some invalid information. Failing to do so can lead to a low response rate, no matter how many reminders you send out. You should track the response rates for all respondents as well as for different subgroups. You can add a report in Enalyzer and choose the frequency chart to show the response rate for all the respondents. In addition, you can choose the comparison charts to show the response rate for the different subgroups. In employee engagement surveys, for example, subgroups can be team, manager, or location. This way you can follow up wherever it's needed and check on the different subgroups. If the survey deadline is approaching and you are still experiencing a low response rate, there are several options to consider. You can either choose to go for another reminder, prolong your survey deadline, or maybe choose some different communication channels. During the data collection process, it's important to be open for feedback from your respondents. You should be able to reply to any questions or concerns. There can be different kinds of questions during the data collection process, including 1. Resending invitations or email reminders. As a consultant, I do know that respondents can contact you in case they lost their survey invitation or if they have accidentally deleted it. 2. Adding or deleting respondents. It can happen that you have to either add or delete respondents once you've started the data collection process. If you're making use of background variables and you want to add a new respondent, make sure you add all the relevant information in the correct format. 3. Resetting a respondent. Enalyzer allows respondents to reopen the survey after completing it, so they can change their answers if they like. If you have disabled this feature, respondents may come and ask you if you would like to reset their respondent, so they can start all over. 4. Updating background information. Respondents may also contact you regarding information that you store on them. Oftentimes it is about background information that is shown to them using merge fields. An example could be that you ask them to evaluate a manager that is not actually theirs. You can change background information individually or in bulk. 5. Making updates to the content of your survey. We generally advise against updating your survey after you've been sending it out, because some respondents may have already filled out the survey, while others are being exposed to a new version, which can seriously mess up your data. Of course, you can make some updates if you have some spelling mistakes, if you have serious issues in the survey setup, or in case you have an ongoing survey where you want to add or delete a question. 6. GDPR-related requests. If your respondents include individuals in the European Union, they have specific rights under GDPR. And you need to be prepared to respond to any requests that are GDPR-related. We made an entire video about this subject that I highly recommend you to check out. To ensure the quality of your data, it's important to often check for any inconsistencies or errors during the data collection. You can do so by downloading your data into an Excel or CSV file. And this allows you to spot any errors, such as missing information, incorrect data, or outliers. It also allows you to check for consistency within your background variables and to see if your jumps and conditions are working as intended. It's especially important to check the quality of your data if you're working with surveys that are sent out automatically, using integrations. You may not always be notified if there has been a change in the system that you've been connecting Enalyzer with. So therefore we recommend you to check your data quality at least twice a month, just to make sure that everything is working as it should. During the data collection process, you can already start with creating a report. And if you're using one of Enalyzer's templates, you may already have a report in place. I recommend you to start building your reports a couple of days after sending out your survey, because this way you actually have some data to work with. However, you should wait with your actual findings until a couple of days before the deadline of your survey. The closer you are to your deadline, the more accurate your results become.